Good morning, it's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief for Tuesday, September the 14th. Current time is 7:50. Okay, pretty positive night in the Dow last night, up pretty solidly, pretty much on the back of two things, we think. The first thing was Warren Buffett said that the chances are getting more remote that the US will double dip. And secondly, we had some really good data, surge in trade data out of China on Saturday, and that certainly helped the market across. Certainly as the difference between the East and the West. The East is obviously those economies which continue to expand at a greater rate and will hopefully help those Western economies, in particular the US and Europe. So as a result of that, the market went quite well bid, and we should see a little bit of follow on, but I was a little bit disappointed with the way the local market only managed to scrape home with probably about a 17-point gain. So that was a little bit of concern there, because our market seems to be lagging a little bit. And we're not getting that really strong moves that we've actually expected for the last couple of days, in particular when the US has been so strong. Anyway, let's have a look at a quick overview of all the bits and pieces, and that's not what we want there, but let's have a look. Alrighty ho. Okay, here we go, just looking at that now. That'll come up and we'll be able to see. There we go, some positive comments there, and obviously Wen says China could shape signaling confidence in the global economy. This is all part of the persuasion that we're seeing the big techs talking about, the big guys, so all quite positive. The Dow was up 81, the S&P was up 12, and the Nasdaq was up 43. Having a look at some of the other markets, particularly in Europe, all quite positive there as well. The Stoic was up 24, the FTSE was up 63, and the CAC was up 41. The DAX was up 46. Local market, as mentioned, only up 14, so I thought it was 17, up 14 at 4646. So it seems to be lagging a little bit, but let's see how that unfolds. Righty-ho, let's have a look now at a few of the commodities, just the general things, and let's just have a look there, move that there. All right. Okay, as we do, dollar index 82.05, and as you can see there, just marking time, very interesting. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but the dollar seems to be a little bit under pressure, and but it seems to be, it's still a little bit under pressure, but it's not doing too much to the overall index, so I think that eventually will declare its hand pretty soon. Having a look at some of the other markets, in particular crude, 77.15. We knew that was on the cards with that data from China. Quite solid. We did have a good report also yesterday on that, so quite comfortable as to what was happening there. Expectations there probably still within the range there, and as you can see there, obviously 71.46 is the key, but looks like it might have a test at US $80 a barrel. Looking at copper, and big tops up here, and a good strong night here. Don't like that momentum indicator, but as I said, that overall I actually like copper. A market that's in a structural deficit could be quite positive, so I think I'd like to continue to run with that. Having a look at gold 1244. Look at the chart, it's just stalling, and momentum indicators are down. Good sign of divergence. So what I would expect is quite a short, sharp sell-off pretty soon, and that's something which we're obviously looking at, and probably see quite a sharp sell-off. Obviously 65 up here is the area of concern. A break to that area be concerned, but overall this doesn't look that strong, so I'd be more inclined to be taking profits on gold positions. Okay, have a look at the Aussie 93.48, right up to these highs. What can you do? If you're short, you've got to hold on, but you'll be a very brave man to actually buy it up here, and not until you get a clear break will in fact you actually do that. So be careful there. Local market 46.47, taking out these highs here are very important for it. And if it can do that, which it looks like it's very close to, and actually has done it, then we could see it back up to that 4,800. Momentum indicators don't look that solid, but overall, when you can see it, you really got to see. We want to see that market move on. So let's see how that unfolds. Onto the grains, obviously very positive for corn. It's something we've been on for a long time, and as you can see, that breakout there through those highs, just holding very well. Expect a correction soon, but very hard to actually buy at these levels. Wheat going sideways, and had a relatively good night last night, but more consolidation, expect that to continue. Soybeans, I've got generally always have a nice positive view for soybeans, and if anything, their dips I think could be widely looked at areas to buy. So keep an eye on that, but don't go in there at the moment. Okay, now in terms of economic calendars, what have we got out tonight, particularly in the States, or today in Australia? NAB business confidence will be very important. Then we got CPI in some Europe, particularly the UK, and labour costs in Eurozone. Retail sales in America, and business inventories, apart from other little bits and pieces there. So I think something that we can get our teeth into. ABC consumer confidence down the bottom. So there's quite a few things on, and there's some good trades out there at the moment. I would keep an eye on that gold. It sort of, technically it looks good, and fundamentally you can sort of pick up a big story as to why. That gold is always one because you can sell it on a break, a stop on a break, because when it moves, it'll move $5 to $10 pretty quickly on the downside. So be careful there. But do remember, 1265, that's all the high. And if it breaks that reason, for some reason, don't be silly and hold on to a short position, because this is a bifurcation point for the market up round here. And given the fundamentals and given what we're seeing, it really shouldn't be this high. But anything can happen with that, with gold, as we know. So 1265, keep that in the back of your head if, in fact, you are going against the trend. Quite an aggressive trade on that. Okay, well, that's about it from me. I hope everyone has a good day. Plenty on, and we'll certainly talk to you tomorrow. Have fun.